Netherlands in red serving, Norway in blue receiving for this men's semi-final from Volleyball World's Beach Pro Tour Elite 16 event here in Doha, Qatar. And a chance for the Netherlands to get the opening point. And that one is off the block and away.
Because the Dutchies opening the first set.
And for those watching, if you look at Anders Mol, he always just puts his hand up when he's hit on the block. You don't have to, but he's one of the blockers that always does.
Yeah, the only other player really who ever was had the honour system going, I guess, was Alison Cerruti, the mammoth. He would always see it, got me without fail. And an ace serve start here. This is great, 2-0. That was a little tight. That was well played because couldn't get out of the sand, could Mol.
No, that was just a battle of wills here. Really awkward set, but just usually if you play it second, you're the one that's going to come out on top, but not this time.
That was a testing serve, but a good side out.
3-1.
And in that situation, Yorick possibly will look to maybe go back into the bigger court that's open to him. But all he did was just stayed with the momentum and the power. And there was a big enough line left open to him.
Wind is swirling around for those of you just joining us. Haven't seen any of the matches here on Stadium Court for the semi-finals. The good end is where the Netherlands are at the moment with the way the wind is swirling around.
Wonderful, powerful spike over here by Yorick.
And although the Dutch are serving strong, they are predominantly going towards Mol.
Nicely done. We'll have our first side switch, one in it.
And it is a case of picking your poison when you play against any of these teams on the World Tour as to how best you feel like your defense will stack up against the opponents.
Oh, lovely. It's a nice play. Just come inside, draw the block inside, and just create that extra bit of width down the line. But you've still got to be able to have a really good technique to whip that over your shoulder. Well left. Great angle.
6-4.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much left open, and Sorum was sitting quite clearly in it, but really good snap. You could hear it, the hand on the hand contact, really throwing the spin, and then it brings it down in front of the defense.
Well, that's wonderful. A standing block, making Norway have to go again, and Netherlands come up with the point.
Stefan Boermans has brought out some of the most funkiest blocks this tournament long. There was one where he blocked about 2 meters off the net, running in to jump into it, and it was just classic play.
Continuation block. Netherlands making this really difficult forcing Norway to have yet another go. They do come up with the point. They're 2 behind.
But, I mean, how good was Stefan's blocking in the middle of that? You know, two blocks, just looking at the timing, just really taking a good long look at what he's seeing. He's not committing early. He's making it really difficult for Norway to find the floor. They had to have it that 3 times of asking.
Well saved. That wasn't easy. And just played that a little too tight, too quick, but still the work needed to be done by Boermans to get in there. Oh, and they felt that.
I mean, he was over on the far right-hand side and then had to work really hard. It was a good opportunity. I mean, he's had to come from here. He's going running, and just gets in there. That's the determination. And you've got to do your running early, and you've got to get in early.
Just too far away to make a meaningful contact.
Switching sides, reaching a total of 14 points.
It's really interesting, the defense that's starting to form in these conditions. With the wind, you get that slight movement of the ball, which then takes away certain positions of attack. So the defenders are able to make the shift, the blockers are able to make slightly later moves. So we're starting to see a lot more touches than we might expect at the start of a set.
Dutch doing well here. Norway, bit of a slow start. Lovely.
Spiking another one over here. There goes the 7 points.
Boermans just turning around here, going, "Where were you, Yorick? You didn't see my call." Maybe he saw something. Sometimes as a defender, you just make a best guess. You just gotta go with your instincts.
Good use of the block. Such a threat at the net, so you've got to be so careful.
Yeah, I definitely feel like they're playing with fire a little bit, because he's touching a lot of stuff, and it's not a wipe-off kind of contact. It's just like the ricochet through and around the hands. Guess to explain that further is when you're going at 100%, it's just there's no sort of sense of using the hands as much. You're just really going hard and fast. When you sort of take a pace off and you're trying to contact it high, that's when you're using the blocker's hands a little bit more.
It's a big call of line. That wasn't listened to, didn't need to be. There was loads of cross-court available.
Maybe he's just saying, partner, slow down the call a little bit. The cross-court was big and open, even though he called a big line. You've got to get that call right.
Good serve. Oh, that will land in. The block is working for Boermans.
Oh, he's working so hard. He's got to get these kind of... Molly's trying to sell him, and I don't think he's doing a good enough job. I'd like to see Moll just claim that second ball, but you know what? He's pinged it out to Sorum, and Boermans, he's running hard with them.
Just too fast.
I mean, we've seen Christian Sorum, that's his bread and butter, that ability to sort of come in, not look like he's winding up because he can go anywhere, and then all of a sudden just like this mallet comes on the ball and it just comes at you and catching the Groot by surprise, getting sucked in a little bit, maybe a little bit too shallow.
That's how the points have gone so far.
Big difference has been really Stefan Boermans' blocks. The fact he's worked so hard, they're trying to run him ragged, but he is digging deep and just guaranteeing when he gets there, he's really concentrating. The difficulty can be when you've got to make those running, sliding blocks is your inside shoulder gets dragged back and then you leave open that middle space. He's done a really good job when he has had to go wide out to the pins of making sure that his inside shoulder is pressed as well.
Desperately trying to egg his partner on to go get that. It was too far away, though.
Do you know what? I love that, though. It's an O situation where a lot of players, when they play, especially kind of the recreational players, they get the whip out, and metaphorical whip, and start beating themselves up when but while the ball's in the air, turn that O into a go.
Threading the needle.
Yeah.
Shot.
Beautiful shot. Hardly anything left over. And as a blocker, you tend to leave a slither of a line to an attacker. You take that sort of lion's share of the line. But brilliant finish.
Clever.
And this is one of Sorum's trademark shots. No, unreachable by Boermans and no release from the defensive position from the Groot.
That's a good serve. That's forcing the Netherlands to have to zigzag their way up the court. But they get the side out.
Really nice siding out here from Boermans because he's gone so heavy on that last beautiful line. And then this time, the line was offered to him, but he just goes high over the cut.
That's well played.
It's so awkward. He makes it look easy, but we know how difficult it is. He's trying to come in, the ball's gone behind him, he's had to recalibrate, change his shape, pull a different kind of move. Very sweet spot.
Dankjewel indeed, thank you very much. As he comes up with the point, the Netherlands stay 3 ahead.
We discussed those on 2 options. We haven't seen Jorik bring that out that much. That one more by necessity than design, but equally I'd like to see the Netherlands bring that into their playbook.
Total of 28 points over here.
So it's ticking along nicely, isn't it? Waiting for somebody to do something. You're almost kind of waiting for Norway to make their move. You know that they've got more gears they can go to. But right now, the Netherlands are doing their best to try and put sand in those gears and stop them from working.
Seen Anders Mol really be able to deliver on the top spin serves last couple of matches. I've had ability to watch him in person, so with the wind at his back, not really catching it.
Couldn't get a full swing, couldn't get the run up he wanted, and again Boermans is in and he's working out these, making really good plays, isn't he?
Indeed, and it's from the baseline, going deep into that middle, making Mol have to take that middle ball and then getting the ball coming over his shoulder to try and hit. He's got no vision at all.
That one dispatched.
But you could see there, he really had, it's like you just have those words with yourself. Okay, I need to lift this ball up. Even if I don't lift it perfectly, I'm going to make sure I create the space in front of me. And just knew what he'd done wrong and just completely changed it.
Lovely. Just taking the block with you closer to the aerial, the antenna, the pin, whatever you want to call it. And working then that ball into the block, helping it on its way out. Netherlands with a healthy lead in this opening set. Nice touch. Line was the call, a few deep breaths being taken.
And another one.
Norway take the point.
There goes the 15 points over here.
The conditions are really heating up here in Doha. The humidity is getting higher as well, and so every single rally right now is really dragging everything out of these players. Mole not in a hurry, but this is where he's got to make one of them play the ball.
A cheap one for the Netherlands.
Yeah, especially because it's from a standing float as well. Looking to maybe disrupt the rhythm, going for a short shot, but crucial moment not to get it in.
Norway aren't going to give it up easily. That's for sure. They will make the Netherlands work. But they've got to be feeling good about this inside of the Netherlands right now. 19-16, you're 3 ahead, you only need 2. They won't be thinking about that. They'll keep their mind on the processes. You know if you've had a good game, you know if you're really in the zone is when you go back to serve and you realise you've won the set. Very nice. Set point comes for the Dutch.
Now everybody clap your hands.
Surprise opportunity taken by Boermans. Lovely, well done at set point to bring about set point to do something different.
And that is it. The set goes the way of the Dutch. 21-16.
21-16.
Set 2 is underway. Norway serving. They're trailing by 1-0 against the Netherlands here. Boermans and Groot are showing no signs of wanting to take their foot off the gas with a very comfortable side-out start. Bit of hang time.
As coaches, you're always talking about getting a touch on the ball. Boermans here made that late move, possibly a little bit too far, but he's getting in the wheelhouse. They're not hitting the sand cleanly, and that's what keeps you buoyant as a player and a defender.
That won't come back. A block is made.
goes the tiebreaker over here in the second set.
Mol must be feeling like, finally.
You just, oh, those of you that play beach volleyball know all that's about. It's like line, 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 line. And he's like, go line, and he's, oh, thank goodness you made that. Oh, wow. It is supposed to just be advice, isn't it? But that was definitely not advice.
No.
This time the line comes, and so does the point.
There's definitely times when if you ignore the call, it's at your peril in terms of how your partner's going to approach you. But this time, Yorick listens because he's not in such a fluid position. So at that point, when he's not winding up, the set's a little bit tight, that's when you're really trying to tune in to what your partner's got to say.
It's a good lead. Another call of line, but again, as you already mentioned, in a good place to have the swing on the angle. So, going to take it, going to keep Norway guessing as to what exactly is going to be happening. And the more he can do that, the more Groot can keep that, keep Sorum in the cross court, then the easier those line rolls become. That one.
And this is good for Norway because they're at the good end and they've just got an easy side out. So this is the type, okay? You feel like, yeah, potentially what you can read into it what you like, but actually if you can fuel your own kind of determination at the moment by their errors.
Norway say, and move themselves in front.
And I know players love the defensive pokey, and Yorick maybe might say, yeah, I was in a great position to play that, but potentially it was a little bit casual. It spun off. There was a bit too much on it from Norway, and he got the error on the pass, and then got sucked into the block.
Error and timeout called.
Norway once again with the 6 point. A timeout called by the Tachis here.
There's a long way to go and conditions are getting tougher out here. It's really presence of mind, just staying focused. At the end of the day, after this match, they could go off and climb a mountain, go and do incredible things. So, but in each moment where you're being under duress, just got to keep breathing and keep focused.
Straight back to business. On the board, one behind. Timeout's done its job. Good touch. And then an uncertain move from Mol as to whether to block it or not. And he's been tempted to touch it, so the Netherlands have now got themselves level.
Oh, I wish we could just rewind and just look at what Boermans just did on that turn and flying pickup over the block. Really dynamic, incredible dynamic move from Boermans.
Tiebreaker this time, wearing red. Dutchies 7.
Well, this is some turnaround, isn't it, for the Dutch here? Little run of points.
Certainly is, and that's when you get an effective timeout. Have those crucial reset words.
Side switch.
The last point over here, reaching a total of 14 points. And the serve goes to Norca.
Definitely broke the momentum of Norway, but you do feel that they're moving into the good end at this point. If they can put the service pressure on, then they can get a little bit more foot to the floor, because everyone's looking very tired.
Oh, so close.
Gosh! Stefan Boermans is doing such a good job of getting close to Mol all the time, making him feel really uncomfortable with his swing.
That will be a lovely block for Norway. It looked like he was going to go to the line. He wasn't allowed to go anywhere. That's better from Boermans.
Anders Mol can do dangerous things to your mind as an attacker once he starts to get dialed in. And then what Stefan did there really well was remain aggressive and concentrate on hitting high. Boermans so cheeky. Just, you know what, you're not ready. I can't see you moving. You're not ready to pounce. Let me just knock this one over quickly, and taking that second ball option again.
Caught well left. And it's a good serve as well, because there was a decision that had to be made. Is I'm going to play, and then moved out of the way at the last second. So this was a testing serve. Norway equal to it. That's a very good serve. Chance for 11-9. Well played, squeezed it under the block, even with Boermans' desperate attempt to touch it. Norway have the point.
And what discipline from Christian in defence. There was a scramble there from the Netherlands. There was potential that it could have been tricky on that broken down attack. And equally, Christian just waiting for Boermans to get in the air and then slithering it past him.
The 12-9 bounced away, and Norway will go and take a seat for the technical timeout in a very healthy position in this second set.
Brilliant. I love the way Anders took that one. He was almost out of position to not hit that second ball, but I think he needs to be able to do that on when he comes through and playing on that side when Christian transitions. Boermans and Groot there showing a little bit of ants in their body language at that moment. There was a moment where they got something wrong, and sometimes you carry that over on into the next play, and this is not good against this Norwegian team because they're always ready to pounce.
Volley fans, clap your hands. Volley fans, clap your hands. Volley fans, clap your hands. Volley fans, clap your hands.
Netherlands looking for the point and the side out. Oh, that would have been spectacular, as it was. Dutch take the point.
That needed a Karambula-esque spin upon that ball to get that one over. The physics have diminished for Norway. But again, really exciting that they're getting all the touches, making Netherlands feel their presence all the time.
They're in full flow now, Norway, aren't they? Just taking a little bit of a while to warm up, you feel, but now they're going. It's very difficult to see them getting stopped in this set. Lovely block. Make it look so easy.
When he gets on a roll, this is really quite scary for the Netherlands. I was about to say what I really love about the way the Norwegians play now, aside from the fact they're brilliant on the ball, it's that off-the-ball communication to set up their defence.
Oh dear, trouble for the Dutch. But the block will work. That's a way to get out of trouble.
Just a little bit low from Sorum on the dig set. Mol not able to really hit it on his maximum elevation. And Boermans, that could be a pivotal moment for the Netherlands to get a better end.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what you say, it's still up to the referees to make the decision.
Exactly. But I think Norway kind of capitulated and said, okay, we agree with you, which, okay, but equally, you've got to look like you play on and wait for the referee to blow his whistle.
Yeah, you got exactly play to the whistle. Oh dear. Well, there's a bit of a capitulation here. And it continues for Norway to give up a rather relatively easy point, and the Netherlands are back to within one. Timeout called.
And Boermans has got to be broad and take credit at this moment because he's made his presence felt. So they're kind of Norway are kind of yo-yoing of on the net, off the net, moving him around, not getting into the rhythm in their play. So that's about the blocker disrupting how confident, and once you play him with confidence, then your touch on the ball becomes fluid. And they've lost a little bit of it. So good, well played by the Netherlands.
Volley fans, clap your hands. Volley fans, clap your hands. Volley fans, clap your hands. Volley fans, clap your hands.
Good save. Oh, and it's in the corner. And look at that, it's now 14 all.
Perfect timing.
Challenging enough serve, and it all started to break down because Norway couldn't get it in at the net enough. So Christian Sorum's angle of attack had been diminished. Jorik can position himself and start to make those defenses. They had to back it up, they had to deliver on other aspects, but it all started from the serve.
Oh dear. What is happening here with Norway?
The tiebreaker once again is wearing red.
It's Boermans. He's made some fantastic turn and burn. So then Sorum's thinking, I've got to go a little bit deeper. And in those little touches, in those movements, that's where you get inside their head and you ask them to do more than what they normally would do, making the errors.
That's a fabulous dig. Nowhere to go. Boermans shuts the door again. And the shooter's not good enough. A real chance here for de Groot. And they've done it. This is incredible from the Netherlands.
Wow. There was a moment there, Jorik just held his ground, just dig in, don't move, and he caught a fantastic swing. Normally it would go to the floor, but that's where you just, if you don't know, hold your ground, dig in, and he just crafted that eventually. Wow. Sorum have to come to another aspect of his playbook here. Don't see this one from him very often. Maybe bring out something new.
Too good. Boermans is the key at the moment, isn't he? He's the player that's making the difference.
And they're piling a huge amount of pressure upon him, but he's really responding. And the important thing is to do all the basics really well.
How long did Norway keep going at him? There's no change in the outcome at the moment. They're siding out well. Do they make a little change? Do they drop one on Jorik de Groot and see what happens? Or do they stick with Boermans? We're going to find out now as they go back to serve.
What we've seen on this court is serving from the right of our screens through to the middle and letting the wind take the ball.
Oh, well played. Ducked that right out of the net. Touch. Oh dear. And Norway scramble the point and get level.
Oh my goodness me, they dodged a wet sponge on that one and they just kept the ball alive. Wow.
Oh, excellent now with that wet sponge. Is it cold or hot? Oh. 17 all. And the little change up might just work. It does work. They went to de Groot. Now Norway have the lead.
And this is where you've got to take that knowledge garnered at that end, mix it into your toolbox and your strategy and what happened to you at that end. Why did you give up those valuable points and take it with you and then go after the Netherlands in very much the same way? Possibly, but it's always a good idea to take what was done to you and use it against you, against your opponents.
Side out achieved. So we're level on points, but it's Norway who are siding out to go in front each time. Trying to put that little bit of pressure on as a result. Unless the Netherlands can get a break point. In the right place, this couldn't get the press. Such a high hit from Mol, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's where Mol has got sucked in. He loves to boom a ball. I mean, it's his favourite thing to do because particularly when he wasn't served a lot, but equally he doesn't want to get sucked in. He managed to keep it high enough.
Passes it past.
Another one over here,
19 all, Norway looking for side out to have a set point chance. They have got their set point opportunity.
Now everybody clap your hands.
The wind brought that one down. I thought that was going to be the opportunity for the Netherlands to take the set point, but they just used the net in their hands enough.
Line, or just play that one on an incredible angle cross court to level it all up at 20 all. Now it gets interesting. Dutch at the good end. Can they squeak a point? Can they squeak two? What a touch. Oh, that's a bit lucky for Norway as it stayed close to where they're playing. But no, it's a massive block from Boermans. And now they've got a match point chance.
Oh, this is brilliant work by the Netherlands. The movement of Jorik de Groot to pick up that in the middle. But Boermans patiently studying Norway as an attack option, and he just smothers Mol.
Ace! They've done it! And the Dutch are through to the final. What a performance from them, 22-20. They have beaten Norway by 2 sets to nothing. I don't think they can quite believe it.
Oh, that is just so wonderful. I mean, I'm a massive fan of the Norwegians. I love their play and what they've done for the sport to bits, but for the